The massive space station, Earth Hub 7, floated silently in the inky blackness of space, its gleaming metal surfaces reflecting the distant starlight. It was just another ordinary day for the human crew aboard the station, one of the busiest repair hubs in the solar system. Little did they know that their lives were about to change forever. Chief Engineer Sarah Chen yawned as she sipped her morning coffee in the station's bustling control room. Holographic displays flickered around her, showing the status of various repair bays and incoming ships. Most were the usual suspects: freighters, luxury cruisers, and the occasional military vessel from Earth's growing space fleet. "Looks like a slow day," Sarah muttered to her assistant, Alex. Alex nodded, his eyes glued to a datapad. "Yeah, just routine stuff. The Peterson brothers are still working on that busted warp drive from yesterday." Suddenly, a loud alarm blared through the control room. Red lights flashed, and the holographic displays went haywire. "What the hell?" Sarah exclaimed, jumping to her feet. Her coffee mug clattered to the floor. "Forgotten." Alex's fingers flew over his console. Unidentified ships incoming. A lot of them. The main view screen lit up, showing a sight that made Sarah's jaw drop. A fleet of alien vessels, unlike anything she'd ever seen, was limping towards the station. Their designs were sleek and organic, almost like sea creatures gliding through space, but many of them were trailing debris and venting plasma from obvious battle damage. "Are we under attack?" someone shouted. Sarah shook her head, studying the readings. "No, I don't think so. They're broadcasting on all frequencies. It looks like a distress signal." The control room erupted into chaos as crew members rushed to their stations. Sarah took a deep breath, steeling herself. This is what they had trained for, even if they never truly expected it to happen. "All right, people," she shouted, her voice cutting through the noise. "Let's do our jobs. Alex, contact Earth Command. Johnson, prepare all available repair bays. Rodriguez, run full scans on those ships. I want to know what we're dealing with." As the crew sprang into action, the alien fleet drew closer. The largest ship, its hull scarred and blackened, took the lead. It was easily twice the size of the largest human vessel Sarah had ever seen. A crackling voice came through the communication system, speaking in a language no one understood, but the desperation in the alien's tone was unmistakable. "Universal Translator is working on it," Alex reported. "Give it a minute." Sarah nodded, her mind racing. In all her years as an engineer, she'd never encountered alien technology up close. The challenge both thrilled and terrified her. Finally, the translator kicked in. "Request immediate assistance," the alien voice said. "Critical systems failing. No other repair stations in range. Herd humans can fix anything. Please help." Sarah exchanged glances with her team. This was it. Humanity's first major interaction with an alien species, and it all came down to their ability to fix things. "Bring them in," Sarah ordered. "Tell them we'll do everything we can." As the massive alien ships were guided into the repair bays, Sarah couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Humans might be newcomers to the galactic stage, but their reputation as master problem solvers had apparently spread far and wide. The next few hours were a whirlwind of activity. Sarah and her team worked tirelessly, examining the alien vessels and trying to make sense of their advanced technology. It was like nothing they'd ever seen before, but the basic principles were the same. A busted engine was a busted engine, no matter what galaxy it came from. To everyone's surprise, the human engineers found themselves adapting quickly. Their innate creativity and out-of-the-box thinking proved invaluable when dealing with the alien tech. Where the aliens had hyper-specialized tools, the humans improvised with whatever they had on hand. Sarah watched in amazement as Bobby Peterson, the youngest engineer on her team, managed to patch a microfracture in an alien power core using nothing but a repurposed food replicator and a bit of chewing gum. "How did you even think of that?" she asked him, incredulous. Bobby shrugged, grinning. Remembered an old TV show my grandpa used to watch. Some guy always fixed stuff with chewing gum. Figured it was worth a shot. As the day wore on, more and more systems on the alien ships flickered back to life. The aliens themselves watched in awe, their expressions of worry slowly changing to relief and then outright admiration. By the time Earth Command finally made contact, demanding a full report, Sarah's team had already repaired the critical systems on 3 alien ships. Sarah smiled as she prepared to brief her superiors. She had a feeling this was just the beginning. Humanity had found its place in the galaxy, not through conquest or advanced technology, but through good old-fashioned human ingenuity. The universe, it seemed, always needed a good mechanic. The next morning, Sarah Chen stood in Earth Hub 7's largest repair bay, staring up at the towering alien ship before her. Its hull gleamed with an otherworldly sheen, covered in intricate patterns that seemed to shift and move when she wasn't looking directly at them. "Okay, team," Sarah said, turning to face the group of bleary-eyed engineers behind her. "We've got a lot of work to do. Let's show these aliens what humans are made of." As they approached the ship, a hatch opened with a hiss of escaping air. 3 aliens emerged, their bodies tall and slender, with iridescent skin that reminded Sarah of fish scales. They moved with a fluid grace that seemed almost impossible in the station's artificial gravity. The lead alien stepped forward, its large, multifaceted eyes blinking rapidly. "We are grateful," it said, the words coming haltingly through its translator. "Your assistance yesterday was unexpected, but much needed." Sarah nodded, trying to hide her excitement. "We're happy to help. I'm Chief Engineer Sarah Chen. Can you tell us more about the problems you're experiencing?" The alien, who introduced itself as Zartuk, began explaining their ship's issues. As it spoke, Sarah's mind raced. The technology was incredibly advanced, operating on principles that seemed to defy the laws of physics as humans understood them. But as Zartuk continued, Sarah began to see patterns, connections, things that reminded her of problems she'd solved before, just on a much grander scale. "All right," she said when Zartuk finished. "We may not understand everything about your tech, but we're going to give it our best shot. Let's get to work, people." The human engineers spread out, tackling different sections of the massive ship. At first, progress was slow. The alien materials resisted their standard tools, and the complex systems seemed to actively fight against their attempts to repair them. But then, something remarkable began to happen. Body, the young engineer who had patched the power core with chewing gum, figured out how to recalibrate their tools to work with the alien materials. "It's like they're alive," he explained excitedly. "You've got to kind of ask them nicely to cooperate." In another section, Maria Rodriguez discovered that the ship's neural interface responded to music. She rigged up a speaker system and played classical Earth compositions, watching in amazement as the damaged circuits began to heal themselves in time with the melody. Sarah herself had a breakthrough with the ship's propulsion system. It used a form of quantum entanglement that was theoretically impossible by human standards. But as she studied it, she realized it wasn't so different from an old combustion engine, just operating on a much smaller scale. Using this insight, she managed to boost the engine's efficiency by 200%, much to the aliens' astonishment. As the day wore on, more alien ships arrived. Word had spread quickly through whatever faster-than-light communication system they used. Soon, Earth Hub 7 was swarming with a dizzying array of extraterrestrial vessels, each with its own unique problems and challenges. But the human engineers rose to meet each one. They improvised, innovated, and thought outside the box in ways that left the aliens in awe. By evening, the station was abuzz with activity. Aliens of all shapes and sizes mingled with the human crew, trading stories and sharing knowledge. The atmosphere was electric with excitement and possibility. Sarah watched it all from the control room, a proud smile on her face. She'd just finished a call with Earth Command, who were equal parts thrilled and terrified by the developments. "You've done good work, Shen," her superior had said. "But be careful. We don't know much about these aliens or their intentions. Keep your guard up." Sarah understood the caution, but she couldn't bring herself to be too worried. She'd seen the look of gratitude in Zartuk's alien eyes, felt the genuine appreciation from the other extraterrestrial visitors. This, she realized, was humanity's true strength. Not their weapons or their technology, but their adaptability, their creativity, their ability to look at a problem from a completely new angle and find a solution no one else had considered. As she looked out at the bustling repair base, Sarah felt a swell of pride. Humanity had just taken its first steps onto a much larger stage, and they had done it not with guns or threats, but with open hands and open minds. The universe, it seemed, had been waiting for someone just like them. "Alex," she called to her assistant, "get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a big day." She had a feeling that this was only the beginning. The stars were calling, and humanity was ready to answer. As the first rays of artificial dawn lit up Earth Hub 7, Sarah Chen stood at the large observation window, watching the swarm of alien ships surrounding the station. In just 2 days, their little repair hub had become the busiest port in the solar system. "Chief Chen." Alex called out, rushing towards her with a data pad in hand. "You need to see this." Sarah took the pad, her eyes widening as she scrolled through the information. News of their accomplishments had spread far beyond their little corner of the galaxy. Alien news networks were buzzing with stories of the incredible human engineers who could fix anything. "Well," Sarah said with a wry smile, "I guess we're famous now." But fame, as they would soon discover, came with its own set of challenges. As the day progressed, more alien ships arrived, their designs growing increasingly bizarre and their problems more complex. Sarah and her team found themselves pushed to their limits, tackling issues they could barely comprehend. In Repair Bay 12, a group of engineers struggled with a ship that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. Every time they fixed a problem in one dimension, it would reappear in another. "This is impossible," one of the engineers exclaimed in frustration. But Body, the young prodigy, had an idea. "What if we think of it like a game of whack-a-mole?" he suggested. "We just need to hit all the problems at the same time." Using a clever system of coordinated repairs across multiple teams, they managed to synchronize their efforts and finally stabilize the ship. The alien captain, a being of pure energy, pulsed with gratitude. Meanwhile, Sarah found herself dealing with a diplomatic crisis. 2 alien races, longtime enemies, had both arrived at the station seeking repairs. The tension in the docking bay was palpable, with both sides eyeing each other suspiciously. "We will not allow our sworn enemies to gain an advantage," one alien leader hissed. Sarah, thinking quickly, proposed a solution. "What if we repair both your ships together?" she suggested. "You can observe each other's repairs, ensuring fairness, and maybe even learn from each other in the process." To everyone's surprise, the aliens agreed. As the repairs progressed, the 2 enemy races found themselves working side by side, sharing tools and techniques. By the end of the day, centuries of mistrust had begun to thaw, all thanks to human ingenuity and diplomacy. But not everyone was thrilled with humanity's sudden rise to prominence. In the station's bustling marketplace, now filled with alien traders, Sarah overheard worried whispers. "These humans, they're advancing too quickly," one alien merchant murmured to another. "What if they decide to use their skills for more than just repairs?" Sarah frowned, realizing that their success might be seen as a threat by some. She made a mental note to discuss this with Earth Command. They needed to be careful about how they presented themselves to the galactic community. As the day wore on, a new challenge arose. An enormous ship, unlike anything they had ever seen, appeared at the edge of the solar system. It was a galactic council vessel, come to investigate the rumors of the miraculous human engineers. The ship's arrival sent waves of anxiety through both the human crew and their alien guests. The Galactic Council was known for its strict regulations on technological advancement and interspecies relations. "They're hailing us," Alex reported, his voice tense. Sarah took a deep breath, straightening her uniform. This was it. Humanity's first official contact with the governing body of the galaxy. "Put them through," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a panel of diverse alien beings, each more imposing than the last. Their eyes, tentacles, and sensory organs all focused intently on Sarah. "Greetings, humans of Earth Hub 7. A melodious voice rang out. "We have come to evaluate your sudden rise in galactic affairs. Prepare for inspection." As the transmission cut off, Sarah turned to her team. Despite the tension, she saw determination in their eyes. They had faced seemingly impossible challenges before and had always found a way through. "All right, everyone," she said, her voice filled with resolve. "This is our chance to show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of. Let's give them a welcome they'll never forget." As the Galactic Council ship began its approach, Sarah couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. Whatever happened next would determine humanity's place in the cosmic order. The greatest test of human ingenuity was about to begin. The massive Galactic Council ship loomed over Earth Hub 7, dwarfing even the largest alien vessels in the repair crew. Sarah Chen stood at attention in the main docking bay, flanked by her team of engineers and station officials. Her heart raced, but she kept her face calm and composed. With a hiss of pressurized air, the Council ship's docking ramp extended. 3 beings emerged, each so different from the others that they could have been from separate universes. The lead figure, tall and willowy with shimmering, translucent skin, introduced itself as High Inspector Zix. Its companions were a stocky, rock-like being named Grohl, and a floating cloud of bioluminescent particles that called itself Whisper. "Welcome to Earth Hub 7, Sarah said, bowing slightly. "We're honored by your presence." Zix's large, compound eyes blinked rapidly. "We shall see if honor is warranted, human. Your species' sudden prominence has caused concern among some council members." As they toured the station, Sarah and her team showcased their work. They demonstrated how they had adapted Earth technology to interface with various alien systems, explained their problem-solving methods, and highlighted their commitment to helping all species equally. The inspectors watched silently, their expressions, where visible, unreadable. Sarah couldn't tell if they were impressed or preparing to shut down the entire operation. The tour was interrupted by an urgent call from Repair Bay 9. A ship's quantum core was destabilizing, threatening to tear a hole in the fabric of space-time. "We need to handle this," Sarah told the inspectors. "You're welcome to observe." Without waiting for a response, she and her team sprinted to the bay. The situation was dire. The alien ship pulsed with energy, reality warping around it. "Ideas, people," Sarah shouted over the alarms. Body, the young prodigy, spoke up. "The core's oscillating between dimensions. If we could synchronize it with our own space-time. But we don't have technology advanced enough to do that," another engineer protested. Sarah's mind raced. Then she remembered something from her childhood. "What about music?" she asked. "Remember how we used classical music to harmonize with that neural interface?" Understanding dawned on her team's faces. Quickly, they rigged up a makeshift sound system, blasting a complex symphony through the bay. As the music played, they made minute adjustments to the ship's systems, using the rhythm and harmony to guide their work. To everyone's amazement, it began to work. The quantum core's wild fluctuations slowly stabilized, pulsing in time with the music. Reality smoothed out around the ship, the threat of a space-time rupture fading away. As the danger passed, Sarah turned to find the Galactic Council inspectors watching intently. For the first time, she saw something like surprise in their alien features. "Remarkable," Six said softly. "You used sound waves to manipulate quantum states. Such an elegantly simple solution to an incredibly complex problem." Grohl, the rock-like being, rumbled in agreement. "In all my centuries, I've never seen anything quite like it," whispered. The cloud of particles swirled excitedly. The creativity, the adaptability. "It's simply fascinating." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Maybe they had impressed the council after all. But their challenges weren't over yet. As they left the repair bay, they found the station in an uproar. Word of the Galactic Council's inspection had spread, and many of the alien visitors were panicking, afraid that Earth Hub 7 would be shut down. Sarah watched as arguments broke out in the corridors, with different alien species taking sides either for or against the humans. The situation was rapidly spiraling out of control. "We need to calm everyone down," Sarah told her team. But how? It was Alex, her quiet assistant, who came up with the solution. "What if we throw a party?" he suggested. "Not just any party, but a grand showcase of human culture. We could demonstrate that we're not just good at fixing things, but that we have a rich heritage to share with the galaxy." Sarah's eyes lit up. It was a crazy idea, but it just might work. She turned to the council inspectors. "Would you allow us to host an event? To show you and all our guests what humanity is truly about?" The inspectors exchanged looks, then Six nodded. "We are here to evaluate all aspects of your species. This could prove illuminating." With that permission granted, Sarah and her team sprang into action. They had less than 24 hours to put together an event that would showcase the best of humanity to the entire galaxy. As Sarah rushed off to start the preparations, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and terror. The fate of Earth's place in the galactic community now rested not just on their technical skills, but on their ability to throw one hell of a party. The greatest cultural exchange in human history was about to begin, and Sarah was determined to make it a night the galaxy would never forget. Earth Hub 7 buzzed with frantic activity as Sarah Chen and her team raced against time to prepare for the impromptu cultural showcase. They had less than a day to transform the utilitarian repair station into a venue worthy of a galactic gathering. "We need to show them everything that makes humanity special," Sarah told her crew. "Our art, our music, our food, our spirit of innovation and cooperation." The station's largest hangar bay was quickly repurposed into a grand exhibition hall. Holographic displays showcased Earth's greatest artworks, from ancient cave paintings to modern masterpieces. A makeshift stage was set up for live performances, while food replicators were reprogrammed to produce a variety of Earth cuisines. As the preparations continued, word spread throughout the station. Alien visitors, initially wary, began to offer their help. A group of tentacled beings with a gift for spatial manipulation assisted in hanging decorations in impossible configurations. Energy beings lent their glow to create stunning light displays. Sarah watched in amazement as humans and aliens worked side by side, their earlier tensions forgotten in the excitement of creation. This, she realized, was exactly what they needed to show the Galactic Council. As the hour of the gala approached, a new problem arose. The station's power grid was straining under the demands of the event preparations. Blackouts rippled through several sectors. "We can't host a showcase in the dark," Alex said, panic edging into his voice. Sarah's mind raced. Then she remembered the quantum core they had stabilized earlier. "What if we could harness that energy?" she mused. "Not just to power the station, but as part of the show itself." With the help of the ship's alien crew, they carefully extracted the stabilized quantum core. Human engineers worked alongside alien scientists to integrate it into the station's power systems. The result was spectacular, pulsing waves of iridescent energy that flowed through the station's corridors like rivers of light. As the gala began, Sarah stood at the entrance to the exhibition hall, greeting guests alongside the Galactic Council inspectors. Aliens of all shapes and sizes poured in, their earlier fear and suspicion replaced by curiosity and excitement. The event was a sensory explosion. On stage, a human orchestra played alongside alien musicians, creating harmonies never before heard in the galaxy. Holographic displays showed the progress of human history, from the invention of the wheel to the first faster-than-light drive. In one corner, a human chef worked 6 arms, courtesy of a temporary alien biomod, to prepare dishes from around the world. Nearby, a virtual reality booth allowed guests to experience everything from swimming in Earth's oceans to walking on the moon. The Galactic Council inspectors moved through the crowd, observing everything with keen interest. Sarah held her breath as Zix approached a display on human medical advancements. "Fascinating," the inspector murmured. "Your species has made remarkable progress in such a short time." Grohl, the rock-like being, was particularly impressed by a demonstration of Earth's geothermal energy technology. "You draw power from the very bones of your world," it rumbled approvingly. But it was Whisper, the cloud of particles, who seemed most moved. It hovered near a group of children, both human and alien, who were laughing as they played a game of holographic tag. "Such joy," Whisper whispered. "Such openness to new experiences. This is rare and precious in our often divided galaxy." As the night wore on, Sarah began to feel hopeful. The aliens were engaging with human culture, asking questions, sharing stories. The atmosphere was one of mutual curiosity and respect. The highlight of the evening came when Bobby, the young engineer, unveiled his latest creation. Inspired by their recent experiences, he had designed a universal translator that could convey not just words, but emotions and cultural context. "It's not perfect," Bobby explained to the awestruck crowd, "but it's a start towards true understanding between species." The Galactic Council inspectors huddled together, speaking in low tones. Sarah's heart raced as Zix approached her. "We have seen much tonight," the inspector said. "Your species is young, yes, but also vibrant, creative, and eager to learn. These are valuable traits." Sarah held her breath, waiting for the verdict. "We believe," Zix continued, "that humanity has much to offer the galactic community. We would like to formally invite Earth to send representatives to the Galactic Council." A cheer went up from the crowd, both human and alien. Sarah felt a wave of relief and pride wash over her. They had done it. Humanity had proven its worth on the galactic stage. As congratulations poured in from all sides, Sarah caught sight of a strange shimmer in the air near the quantum core display. For a moment, she thought she saw a figure, humanoid, but somehow more. It smiled at her, then vanished. Sarah blinked, wondering if she had imagined it. But deep down, she had a feeling that humanity's journey was just beginning. The stars were calling, and they were ready to answer. The galaxy would never be the same again. The days following the Galactic Gala were a whirlwind of activity on Earth-Hub 7. News of humanity's invitation to the Galactic Council spread like wildfire across the station and back to Earth. Sarah Chen found herself at the center of it all, fielding questions from excited crew members, curious aliens, and demanding Earth officials. "No, I don't know who will be chosen as Earth's representatives," she repeated for what felt like the 100th time. "That's for the world governments to decide." But even as she spoke, Sarah couldn't shake the memory of that strange shimmer she'd seen during the gala. Something big was coming, she could feel it. Her intuition proved correct when 3 days after the gala, a sleek ship unlike any she'd ever seen appeared near the station. It was Earth's most advanced vessel, the EA's Horizon, carrying a delegation of world leaders and top scientists. As Sarah waited in the docking bay, she felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. This was no longer just about fixing ships. The future of human-alien relations was at stake. The ship's ramp lowered, and out stepped a diverse group of humans. Leading them was Dr. Aisha Patel, Earth's foremost expert in xenobiology and diplomacy. "Chief Engineer Chen," Dr. Patel said, shaking Sarah's hand. "Your work here has opened doors we never imagined possible. We're here to ensure we step through them correctly." Over the next few days, Sarah and her team worked closely with the Earth delegation, bringing them up to speed on everything they'd learned about alien cultures and technologies. The station buzzed with energy as humans and aliens alike speculated about what this new era of cooperation might bring. But not everyone was thrilled with the rapid pace of events. Sarah overheard worried whispers among some of the alien visitors. The humans are advancing too quickly, one insectoid being chittered to another. What if they surpass us all? These concerns came to a head during a crucial meeting between the Earth delegation and representatives from various alien species. The conference room was packed, the air thick with tension. Dr. Patel was in the middle of a speech about mutual cooperation when a tall, spindly alien stood up abruptly. "How can we trust the humans won't use their newfound knowledge against us?" it demanded. "Your species has a history of conflict and conquest." The room erupted into chaos, with different factions arguing loudly. Sarah watched in dismay as months of hard work and goodwill threatened to unravel. Suddenly, Body, the young engineer who had created the universal translator, stepped forward. "If I may," he said, his voice amplified by the translator, "I think I have something that might help." All eyes turned to Body as he activated a holographic display. "This is a simulation I've been working on," he explained. "It models the flow of knowledge and resources across different species and cultures." The hologram showed a complex web of connections, with nodes representing different alien races and humans. As they watched, the web pulsed and grew, each node brightening as it received input from others. "You see," Body said, "when we share knowledge, everyone benefits. It's not a zero-sum game. The more we cooperate, the faster we all advance." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Sarah held her breath, watching the faces of the alien representatives. After a long moment, the spindly alien who had first objected spoke again. "Your model is intriguing, young human. Perhaps we have been too hasty in our judgments." Dr. Patel seized the moment. "This is exactly why humanity wishes to join the Galactic Council," she said, "not to conquer or compete, but to contribute, to learn and grow alongside all of you." The tension in the room gradually eased as discussion turned to the practical aspects of integrating humanity into the galactic community. Plans were made for cultural exchange programs, joint scientific ventures, and the establishment of more human repair stations throughout the galaxy. As the meeting concluded, Sarah felt a surge of pride. They had faced a crucial test and passed it, not through force or manipulation, but through understanding and innovation. Later that evening, as Sarah stood in the observation deck watching the swirl of alien ships around the station, she noticed that strange shimmer again. This time, she was sure she wasn't imagining it. A figure stepped out of the distortion, humanoid, but with an aura of something ancient and powerful. It smiled at Sarah. "Well done, Sarah Chen," it said in a voice that seemed to bypass her ears and speak directly to her mind. "You and your kind have taken the first steps on a grand journey." "Who? What are you?" Sarah managed to ask. The being's smile widened. "Let's just say I'm an interested observer. Humanity has great potential, and I look forward to seeing where you go from here." Before Sarah could respond, the being shimmered and vanished, leaving her with a head full of questions and a heart full of excitement for the future. As she turned back to the view of space, Sarah knew that humanity's adventure among the stars was just beginning. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and they were finally ready to explore it all. 6 months had passed since the dramatic events that led to humanity's invitation to join the Galactic Council. Earth Hub 7, once a simple repair station, had grown into a bustling center of interstellar diplomacy and cultural exchange. Sarah Chen, now officially appointed as Earth's liaison to the alien races, stood in her new office, marveling at how much had changed. The station had nearly doubled in size, with new sections dedicated to alien embassies, research laboratories, and educational facilities. Humans and aliens worked side by side, learning from each other and pushing the boundaries of science and technology. Sarah's communicator beeped, reminding her of the day's big event. Today, the first group of human students would be departing for various alien worlds to study their cultures and technologies. It was a huge step forward in galactic integration. As she made her way to the launch bay, Sarah passed by several ongoing projects that filled her with pride. In one lab, human doctors worked alongside alien healers, combining Earth medicine with extraterrestrial techniques to cure diseases once thought incurable. A team of engineers, led by Bobby, was refining the universal translator, now capable of conveying complex emotions and cultural nuances across hundreds of species. Even the station's cafeteria had become a hub of culinary diplomacy, with chefs from dozens of worlds creating fusion dishes that delighted multiple species' taste buds. The launch bay was packed with a colorful array of beings, all gathered to witness this historic moment. As Sarah took her place on the podium, she saw familiar faces in the crowd: Dr. Patel, the Earth delegation, and even the Galactic Council inspectors who had changed everything with their initial visit. Today, Sarah began her speech. We take another step into a larger universe. These brave students will carry with them the best of humanity: our curiosity, our adaptability, and our desire to understand and connect with others. As she spoke, Sarah couldn't help but think of how far they'd come. From fixing alien ships to helping shape the future of galactic society, humanity had found its place among the stars. The ceremony proceeded smoothly, with students boarding ships bound for distant worlds. Each departure was met with cheers and well wishes from the diverse crowd. Just as the last ship was preparing to leave, alarms suddenly blared throughout the station. Sarah's communicator lit up with urgent messages. Unidentified anomaly detected near the outer rim of the solar system, a voice reported. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Sarah rushed to the control room, joined by a mix of human and alien experts. The main screen showed a swirling vortex of energy, growing larger by the second. Is it a weapon? Someone asked nervously. No, said Zix, the Galactic Council inspector who had remained as an advisor. This is older, much older than any of our civilizations. As they watched, a massive ship emerged from the vortex. Its design was beyond alien, seeming to defy the very laws of physics. A communication request came through. Sarah took a deep breath and accepted it. The being that appeared on the screen was vaguely humanoid, but shimmering with energy, similar to the mysterious figure Sarah had encountered months ago. Greetings, children of the younger races, the being said, its voice resonating with ancient power. We are the precursors, those who seeded the galaxy with life eons ago. We have watched your progress, and now we return to welcome you into the greater cosmic community. The control room erupted in a mix of awe and excitement. Sarah felt a wave of emotions wash over her: fear, wonder, and an overwhelming sense of possibility. We have much to teach you, the precursor continued, and we suspect much to learn from you as well. Your species, humans, have shown a remarkable ability to unite diverse peoples and solve problems in unique ways. This is a rare and valuable trait in the universe. Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady despite her racing heart. We are honored by your presence and eager to learn. How can we prepare for this new chapter? The precursor's form shimmed with what might have been amusement. You already have, Sarah Chen. By opening your hearts and minds to the unknown, by seeking to understand rather than conquer, you have proven yourselves ready for the next great adventure. As the conversation continued, plans were made for a grand assembly of all known races, with the precursors ready to share knowledge that would revolutionize their understanding of the universe. Later that night, Sarah stood in the observation deck, watching the precursor ship gleam against the backdrop of stars. She thought about the incredible journey that had led them here, from a simple repair job to the brink of cosmic enlightenment. Bobby joined her, his young face alight with excitement. What do you think we'll learn from them? He asked. Sarah smiled, putting an arm around her young friend's shoulders. I don't know, Bobby, but I do know this. Whatever challenges we face, whatever wonders we discover, we'll face them together. not just as humans, but as part of this amazing galactic family we've joined. As they stood there, watching the stars, Sarah felt a sense of peace and purpose. The universe was vast and full of mysteries, but humanity was ready. Their greatest adventure was just beginning, and the possibilities were as endless as the cosmos itself.